Lucinda, are you following me?
I have been warning my daughter for months about you, and now it took this long to get the proof.
Proof of what?
What I heard tonight. I can now expose you for the criminal that you are.
So, you tell your daughter you're going to a spa, you follow me down here to Mexico. That's a lot of work to keep your daughter from having the life that she wants.
I would go to the ends of the earth to keep my daughter away from you.
Yeah, so what are you going to tell her I'm up to? I'm stealing her money, I'm buried down here in a Mexican mine?
I don't have to fabricate. I just tell her what I know, that you are trafficking in the sale of illegal human organs and you belong in jail.
Hey there.
Holden. Just the medicine I need.
Me? Why?
Yeah, you're my brother. You have to love me whether you want to or not. Are you alone?
I am alone. Lily is with the kids at some water park. Sit down.
Thanks.
Are you coming or going?
Well, that's a good question. I have no clue, metaphorically speaking.
I thought you were supposed to be with Lucinda at some spa.
Well, that was Lucinda's cover story to her daughters. I was in Chicago.
Doing what?
Following bad advice.
I'm lost.
Dusty went to Chicago on business. So Lucinda had this brilliant idea that I should go there and surprise him. And that way she could slip away and spend some time on her own.
So you can't go back to Lucinda's place because you will blow her cover.
Exactly.
So why don't you just go out to the farm?
Oh, no. And see Mama's I told you face? No, I'd rather die.
I take it things didn't go as planned in Chicago?
Need I say more?
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I just felt like doing it, so I did. You didn't like it?
What's not to like? You're beautiful.
Oh, then what's the matter?
You, me. I mean, if things were different, I'd be the first to join the party.
You are the guest of honor.
The judge is reading the results. I know it's gonna say that Casey's the father, but I can't help it. I'm still nervous. So Alzheimer's gonna be over. I'm gonna get my kid back, right?
Let's just take it one step at a time.
What happens after the judge announces that Casey's the dad?
He'll ask Casey how he wants to exercise his rights.
His rights. I mean, he didn't want to have anything to do with the baby. Why should he have any say in his life now?
Hey, come on, relax. It's okay. It'll be okay.
What if it's not?
It will be. You got the truth on your side, right? Gwen is not going to be able to pin anything on you. I hope Tom and Margot are right. I hope Casey's not the father.
What, you want this to get even more complicated?
I want that little witch to be exposed to the liar she is. Then we can count on the judge letting us keep the baby.
It's not that cut and dry. Let's just see what happens.
I'm hereby calling this hearing to order. Are all parties present and accounted for?
The mother is present, Your Honor.
Carly and Jack Snyder are also present, joined today by Casey Hughes. Mr. Hughes is here to respond to having been named as the father of the child in question.
Thank you for being here today, Mr. Hughes. I have in front of me the report on the paternity of the infant known as Rory Cabot. The conclusion of the test seems clear.
Your Honor, wait. Before you go on, can I say something?
so convinced that I'm not good enough for your daughter. So you want to make me into a criminal.
You are a criminal. You're not good enough for her.
Well, you know what? Lily sees it the other way around.
Oh, that's because she doesn't know what you're doing to make a living.
I'm a pilot by trade. But right now, I'm helping people who are facing death in the eye. Is that so bad?
There are legitimate outlets for that.
Yeah. There are hospitals where most of the patients, you know, they put them through so much red tape. Most of them just die waiting.
I sit on the board of a very prestigious hospital, and I am very familiar with the issues around transplants and donations.
Well, then you of all people should know how important it is that these people get what they need as fast as possible, you know?
My dear man, you are delivering illegal human organs, and God knows from whence they came.
They're donated by people who want to make their deaths count for something, you know? They're given to people who may not come up on that hospital list right away. I don't understand why you want to make this into such a sleazy thing.
Tell it to the judge.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Washington? You're supposed to be changing into your robes. They'll be ready for you any moment.
Give me 5 minutes.
You really shouldn't make
Okay,
the doctor...
that's all I asked for. Hasta la vista. Go.
Well, you're busted.
If you're a loser, then it probably runs in our genes.
Why, have you embarrassed yourself in front of a lover lately?
No, but my love life is not exactly soaring, and I'm having a very hard time liking my almost ex-wife's new boyfriend.
What did he do now?
Made my son think he's a hero by giving him flying lessons.
Oh, that's a tough one to beat.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that Luke has finally found something that he likes to do.
But you miss being the one he looks up to.
Yeah. And having both Luke and Lily think that Keith hung the moon, as you put it.
Why are relationships so hard?
I don't know. I can't tell you what I'm doing wrong, but it's easier for me to look at other people and see what's getting in their own way.
Really? Well, maybe you could shed some light on my situation?
As a matter of fact, I think I can.
Have you been drinking?
Do I taste like alcohol?
No, you don't.
I haven't had a drop, I swear. I just feel happy for a change. Isn't that a good thing?
No, Jennifer. Let's relax. Why don't we talk?
I don't want to talk. I just want to move. I'll get it.
No, Jen, be careful.
Ow. Oh.
But I don't think so no more. I said it's fine.
It isn't necessary for you to say anything at this time, young man. This isn't a trial. It's just the reading of a test result.
Yeah, I know that, but
Your Honor, I apologize.
Judge, if I may add to that, my son is not familiar with court proceedings. Now is not the time.
What was that about?
Young man, you need more time, or shall we continue?
No, Your Honor. We should just get it over with.
Given the exhaustive nature of the analysis, I believe the final results are clear. The test indicates conclusively that Casey Hughes is not the father of the child.
I knew it. No, that's not possible.
This is such a crock. You did something to that test. You switched it or something. That's what you were trying to tell the judge before, wasn't it?
You're a liar, Gwen, just like I always said you were. This whole time you've been lying.
And Casey, stop.
Tell her to stop. She started this whole thing.
Oh, that's right. I got myself pregnant.
Mr. Winthrop, you will control your client.
Gwen, Just settle down.
No, this is such bull. It's not right.
What's not right is that you promised you told me everything.
I did. I swear Casey's the only guy I've ever been with. Why would I lie about something like that? We'll tell him.
Come on, I'm sorry you had to go through this, but at least the truth is out now, finally. It's a sign, Jack. We're definitely doing the right thing, holding on to that baby for Rosanna. Look at her. Even now, she can't stop lying. What kind of mother would she be?
This proceeding is not over. Now, I'd like to give you the benefit of the doubt, young lady, and say that you made an honest mistake when you named Casey Hughes as the father of your child, but clearly you were being dishonest with this court about the number of possible fathers that existed.
There were no other possible fathers. Casey Hughes is the only one it could be. He must have messed with the test.
I'm going to give you one more chance. And when we reconvene on a date convenient to all parties, this hearing is adjourned.
What's the story, Lucinda?
Story? I don't have anything to tell.
Yeah, you do. You didn't track me down here to Mexico. We kind of just stumbled on each other's paths, huh? Why are they asking you to put on that hospital gown?
I'm here for the facial treatments. People underestimate the value of natural remedies to counter the effects of the sun and the aging process.
Right, especially when you're in the middle of chemotherapy.
Because I am in the middle of chemotherapy, I deserve the right to pamper myself. But that's not the point.
Yeah, it is the point.
No, it is not the point. The point is your clandestine occupation. And don't you try to sidestep it, because I'm onto you, and very soon, Lily, and the whole world will be.
So what? Tell Lily. Tell the whole world that I'm doing something good. And then I'll tell them that you're down here in Mexico when you should be at a spa. So you know what? Here. Use my phone.
First of all, there's this unwritten code that says all guys like to be the ones who...
Okay, wait, stop right there, right now. I'm sorry I even asked. This sounds like Mama's lecture.
About not throwing yourself at a guy?
Yes, believe me, it's not like I don't know the pitfalls. I wasn't even going to Chicago.
So what changed?
Dusty. I went to see him before the trip, and he kind of hinted that it would be fun if I was there. Believe me, I never would have even gone if I didn't know he would have liked it.
So why didn't he?
Well, maybe it had something to do with Jennifer being with him when he walked in.
They checked into a hotel together?
I'm pretty sure she had her own room, and Dusty tells me that it's just business between them.
And what do you think?
Honestly, I don't know. And I'm not sure Dusty knows either.
You did it again.
What's that?
Saved my life.
Not quite, but you might need stitches. We gotta get you to an emergency room.
I'm fine. I hardly feel it.
Somebody should look at it anyway.
No, please. Dusty, I don't think that I could go to an emergency room so soon after. You understand, right?
Maybe the hotel has a doctor on call.
No, don't!
Coming up on As the World Turns.
To think that I can make you happy, even for a little while.
Maybe you could.
I haven't said anything this whole time.
What do you want me to say?
Say that you don't believe those bogus test results. Say that you believe me.
Dusty, you can fix it. I know you can, because it's really not that bad.
You really don't want to see a doctor, do you?
Just the smell of an emergency room right now it would just bring back the nightmare, and
You understand, right?
I guess so. Let me see if I can find something to put on. Good hotel. Let me see your hand.
See? So you'll just patch me right up and I'll be fine.
You don't seem fine.
What? Yeah. I mean, because I kissed you earlier, did you just forget that? I don't know what got into me. I must have had you pegged for a player. Didn't know it would freak you out so much.
Didn't freak me out.
Just turned you off?
Nobody could be turned off by you. You should know that.
You were.
Under the right circumstances, you'd be fighting me off you.
Then what do I have to do to make the right circumstances?
You're not going there, are you?
I could hop under the covers and... Oh, wait, but you already had a situation like that. Didn't work out too well, didn't you?
That was a misunderstanding.
Well, then, let me make myself perfectly clear. I'm not attached.
You're gonna force me to have this conversation.
Well, yeah, you're the one who said you wanted to talk before this. Now, since I'm not attached and you're not attached, at least I don't think you are.
I'm not. But that's not the point.
Well, then what is?
That, this isn't you.
How do you know it isn't me if you won't let me show you? There are a lot of different sides of me.
Right. This one is you acting out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about? You dancing around like crazy, kissing me for... This is you trying to forget about losing your baby. You can't pretend that everything's fine, Jen.
Isn't that what everyone says I should do?
Yeah, but you don't get over something that deep by throwing yourself at whatever's in front of you, whether it's work or me. It's not gonna give you anything. You need time, you hear me? You gotta have time to heal. You gotta give yourself that.
It's already been weeks. I should be much further along.
Says who?
Dusty, I didn't even know my own child. Why should I feel such a sense of loss over something I never really had?
Jen, it doesn't matter whether you spent years together. He was yours. You were his. That's a great connection, much stronger than time.
I know everyone says that I should move on, I know. But I can't.
So don't.
But I hate feeling like this. You know that there's only one thing that's been making me feel better.
Jen, it's all right. It's okay. I didn't mean to bum you out all over again.
You didn't. You're right. I've been trying to hide the fact that I feel so bad.
You don't have to hide. Not from me. I'm actually flattered by you.
You are?
Yeah. You're an amazing, beautiful, talented woman, you know. To think that I could make you happy, even for a little while.
Maybe you could. Would that be so terrible?
No. I may not stay after these revelations. No, I don't want to upset Lily about this.
Glad you see it that way.
I I can be counted on always to opt to protect my daughters. It's something I really resent. I resent you trying to connect your nefarious practices with what I'm trying to do here.
But what are you doing here? And don't tell me you're trying to get a facial, because I doubt it's on the treatment menu.
I am trying to spare my daughters from worrying about me unnecessarily.
Well, if he cares about you, I've never seen a more devoted daughter.
I appreciate that. I do. But she doesn't understand. She doesn't know my heart. She doesn't know my needs to organize my own affairs and life. In this case, that means cancer.
Okay,
I mean, if I think that there's an alternative remedy, then why shouldn't I use it?
You're right. You know, you shouldn't have to explain that. I see that.
I'm fighting for my life, I think I have the right to use any means at my disposal.
Yeah, you do. And just so you know, the people that I'm fighting for, they're in the same boat. They're fighting for their lives, and I'm the means at their disposal.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that you keep my confidence. I'll keep yours.
This is the best news.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I thought my life was over.
Why? Have some doubt about the outcome?
No, I don't have any doubts. It's just Gwen is one of those girls.
One of what girls?
Whose side were you on?
Well, I'm always on your side. That doesn't mean that I get to make assumptions about other people that may be giving you a hard time.
No, it's not an assumption, Tom. It's just that Gwen is the kind of girl who got herself into trouble. She freaked out, and she's looking for a boy with money to help her out.
You know, women were liberated a century ago. Weren't you a feminist when I married you?
And I still am, but some of the younger women just didn't get the memo.
Well, if this young woman is such a gold digger, then why isn't she claiming Will as the father? Because he's more well off than Casey.
Yeah, well, she tried that, remember? But being well off is not just about money. This poor girl, she's looking for a family to be part of, and Will's is kind of a mess, so Casey's a logical choice.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, I'll call you as soon as I hear anything, okay?
Great.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Counselor, can I talk schedules with you? I'd like to be able to give the clerk a couple of possible dates for the next hearing.
Right.
Okay?
Gwen, hope you learned your lesson.
What?
You can't blame someone else for your own problems.
You think I picked your son's name out of a hat? I don't care what that test says. Casey's the father of my kid.
Gwen, Casey did not sleep with you.
I can't believe he bought that just because he told you. Some cop you are.
You know, you should get some professional help so you can stop the lies. And you, Will. Casey was your friend. I mean, he stood up for you when none of the other kids would. This is how you repay him? I don't understand that.
And Casey's waiting for us. We should go.
So, how mad are you at me?
I don't like being lied to. But that's beside the point. In spite of the fact that the judge wants a statement from you, you still have a very strong case for getting your baby back.
Really?
The law's still on your side because you're the mother. So here's how we're going to handle it. At the next hearing, you're going to apologize and say you meant no disrespect to the court, that you really thought the baby was Casey's.
But it is.
Look, you saw what a hard-nosed that judge is. Now, you can stick to your story and make it tough on yourself, or you can do what I say and make it easy. It's your choice.
So what happens now?
We're setting up another hearing with the court clerk.
And that's when I need to tell everybody what they want to hear.
Frankly, Gwen, I could care less who the father of your child is. And honestly, it shouldn't matter to this court. But if you're not going to own up to the fact that there's somebody out there, there's some guy out there who once shared your affections, it's just going to annoy the judge even more. And since he's the one who decides custody, that would be a very bad idea.
I know.
Defying him is only going to make you look unstable and ill-suited to care for a child. And furthermore, I don't like surprises. So, you have my phone number? Why don't you give me a call when you decide what you want to do?
You haven't said anything this whole time.
What do you want me to say?
Say that you don't believe those bogus test results. Say that you believe me.
Hey, guys, you leaving already? Yeah, we gotta get home for the sitter. But congratulations. Thanks. All three of you look like a 10-ton weight's been lifted off you.
No, we'd have taken whatever, but I just think Margaret's probably a little young to be a grandmother.
Yep. Speaking of young, every time I looked at that Gwen, all I could think of was a child having a child. It's really a shame. There's too much of that going on lately. I knew at least a dozen girls like that growing up. I'm not surprised you tried to pin it on Casey.
Well, thank God for modern science. Thank God for paternity tests. But, you know, there is such a thing as safe sex.
Mom.
You know what I found very weird, though? I did notice that she kind of would look through our photo albums at our house, and then she would touch all of our things, kind of like she was trying us on.
Oh, come on. I think she was just trying to fit in with her friends.
Well, can you imagine what would have happened if her lies hadn't come out?
Well, you know, our coffee's getting cold. We should really get together and catch up sometime. But shall we go home to Rory?
Yes, of course. Okay,
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Okay. I owe you an apology.
Forget about it.
No, seriously. I had my doubts when you said you had been with Gwen.
Oh, don't beat yourself up. There were moments when I didn't know for sure either. But you know what, darling? I would look at your face, and I would know that you would never, ever lie to us because you're way too responsible. You always have been, Casey. And I know I speak for your dad, too, when we say that we really appreciate it, knowing that we can trust you no matter what.
You're a guy. I mean, tell me, do guys like to hang out with one type of woman at night and then during the light of day they marry the other kind? Because if that's true, then I think I know what category I'm in.
Okay, you know what? I think you're getting a little bit ahead of yourself. You showed up at his room and he told you to go home.
Okay, you don't need to remind me.
Hey, I'm just calling it like I see it.
To play that when we were kids.
That's right. Remember, we used to see who could get the quarter closest to the edge without falling off.
Yeah, and I always used to push it so hard it went flying across the room. There's a lesson here, isn't there?
All I'm saying is, don't push too hard and see what happens. Maybe you'll win one for a change.
You know, you're not the first person to tell me that. I've even told me that. Let me try. Okay. Huh. Sure hope that's not the story of my life. You think I'm using you?
Well, it's not personal. I know that.
No. This is personal. Because you are the one person in my whole life who gets me. You're not my fixed bestie. You're my friend. Maybe the only friend I have. But you're the one person that I can go to when I'm tired of putting on a happy face. I don't have to pretend. You accept me as I am.
But I can't give you what you need. You know, I can't take away your pain.
You could for a while.
A while isn't good enough. If you slept with me, you would totally regret it.
You don't know that.
I know. I can't risk it.
Why not?
You know why? You mean too much to me, that's why.
You should trust yourself as much as I trust you.
I have a track record.
So we'll set a new one.
Yes, it's very tempting, but, I guess I've been living with myself for too long, or something.
What are you so afraid of?
I'm just... I've got a way of hurting the people that I love most, and I don't want to do that with you.
I know I'm not following the letter of the law here.
It's a felony.
I know, but I'm doing more good than I am harm. Just like what you're doing, God. You're doing more good for yourself than you are harm, right?
What is your point?
That we mind our own business.
Huh?
To keep our mouths shut. We stop meeting like this. What do you say?
Talk about being between a rock and a hard place. To make a deal with the devil now? Gonna do that?
I'm not the devil. I'm just in love with your daughter.
I'm tired. I just hope I live to regret this.
Somehow I think you'll outlive all of us.
I made a promise to my sister that we would look after her son, and I think it might actually happen.
The judge was pretty peeved that Gwen lied to him.
Yeah, and you know something? I'll tell you a secret. I wasn't really sure that Gwen was lying. Margot seemed to me to be the kind of mother who just thought her son could do no wrong, you know?
Just proved that he didn't, not this time anyway.
And yeah, that really makes me wonder why Gwen thought she could get away with naming Casey.
She's young, honey. She's just young.
Right, and if she can lie about that, who knows what else she's done? It shouldn't be too difficult to dig up a lot of things to strengthen our case.
Carly.
I don't have a choice, Jack. I made a promise to my sister. And if this is how I have to keep it, then I am out for blood.
No, what I was gonna say is be careful dredging up the past. Gwen's not the only one with skeletons in her closet.
Well, if you're talking about what happened with me and Iris's baby, that is never going to come out, Jack. Never.
Because Iris says she forgives you.
Yes. Iris and I have, we've come to an understanding, and we're moving on.
Okay. I'll stop being a cop and start assuming that the worst is behind us. Iris is gone, got a brand new baby in the family. Maybe I should start enjoying it.
You think you and Will can become friends again now that this is all over?
No way. He and Gwen are pretty tight.
But now he knows she was lying.
Maybe, but with Will, you never know what he's gonna believe. But if he doesn't dump Gwen, there's no way in hell that I'll ever call him a friend again.
Don't do that, Will. Look at me. You're my only friend. If you don't believe me, then You know how I wasn't always at all the parties like some of the other kids were?
So?
That's because I was working a million jobs, plus practicing with my band.
What's your point?
My point is that I wasn't getting around. I was waitressing and paying my rent and trying to pass calculus on the side. I wasn't hooking up with every guy in school.
You hooked up with Casey.
Because I liked him, okay? All right? And that night, he acted like he was into me, and that's the only reason I was with him. But now that I see what a jerk he is, don't you think I don't wish that there could be somebody else who could be my baby's father? I'm telling you the truth. There's nobody else, I swear.
Explain to me then how you had a baby and it isn't Casey's.
I don't know. I don't know. The only way that Casey isn't the father of that baby is if I'm not his mother. And
what?
There couldn't be There couldn't be any way that baby isn't mine.
Now you're just freaking me out. I saw you pregnant. You had the baby.
Yeah, but think about it. I mean, they took him away right afterwards. What if the adoption people messed up? What if they gave Mrs. Montgomery the wrong baby? And that baby isn't mine.
Well, you're 1 in a million. Whatever it is we have, it's too special to mess up.
Friends.
Much more than friends. That's why I want to be careful with it. With you, I mean. You should get some rest.
Yeah, I suddenly feel really tired.
How's your hand?
It'll be fine.
You want me to call you later?
I'll be in bed.
I'll let you rest.
On the next, As the World Turns.
Gwen, do you really think there's a chance that this baby isn't yours? You don't trust me.
The question is, what do we do with the evidence, Paul?
Jazz called. She said you're freaking. It was harder finding that stuff than I thought.
Melinda Gordon talks to spirits in the afterlife.
What's your name?
Sergeant Paul Adams.
And helps them communicate with the ones they left behind in this life.
I have a gift.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
My father is here.
It's right next to you.
Ghost Whisperer. CBS Fridays this fall.